we get guests in a variety of ways.
Yeah,
here on the Carolina Insider Podcast. The ideas come from everywhere. They come from listeners. They could come from us on rare occasions when we have good ideas. Sometimes they come from my wife. So we're watching men's soccer on Sunday. And as we talked about on Tuesday, it goes to PKs. It was very stressful.
It was intense.
It was stressful for me personally. My wife was watching with me.
Yeah.
When it got to PKs, we were watching Tar Heel goalkeeper Andrew Cordes.
Yeah.
And she said, you have to have him on. Look how much fun he looks like he's having. He'll be great on the pod. Now, granted, the Tar Heels had to win first.
Yeah.
But Andrew made sure that happened because he had a big save. And look where it got you. Now you're sitting here in Pod World headquarters. Andrew, congratulations.
Thank you. And thanks for having me on, guys. Appreciate it.
What a match on Sunday. That was stressful. Take us through the PK win over Hofstra.
I mean, it was crazy. Lots of emotions. I mean, the game in general was back and forth, like just kind of all over the place. And then the PKs, it was a lot of emotions. And thank God we came out with the win. Yeah.
All right. Tell us about, we were talking about this a little bit before we got started. Tell us a little bit about like your mindset going into PKs. How chatty does it get during PKs? Like what's happening out there?
Yeah, no, it gets chatty, really chatty. Yeah. So, I mean, obviously the talking smack between the guys, it's all psychological, right? And so I got, after Clemson, I was like, a couple of my buddies that I live with, they're telling me, you got to get out there, you got to talk some smack, right? Get in their heads because it's a lot of pressure, right, for those guys. Making that penalty is a lot of pressure. So talking smack, get in their head a little bit, get a little extra edge. We talk about the edge, having an edge on your opponent. And yeah, just getting out there, talking to them. They're acting like they don't hear me, like I know they do. And I mean, it's all part of it, right? It's all part of it. The fans behind, like everything. Yeah.
Is it okay if you had to put a rating on the smack talk? Is it PG? Is it PG-13?
I like to say it's PG-13.
It's not R. We haven't gone to R.
No, it's PG-13.
I would not expect anything less from you, Ed.
No,
PG-13 is fine.
PG-13. Yeah. I mean, no one's saying anything that crazy, but
right.
Yeah, it's definitely, you're trying to get in their head a little bit, for sure.
Can you tell when you say something and it connects?
Not really. I mean, because they're trained, obviously all of us are trained to like not let emotions get to you, right? Like when we were playing Syracuse away at Syracuse, their fans were right behind me talking to me during the games. And, I'm out there I think I was stoic, but, who knows, really? I didn't watch it back. But so for them, I'm talking to them. I'm looking them dead in the eyes, and they're head down, like not really showing anything. So I couldn't tell if it got to them, but I knew it probably did to some degree.
You said there's a lot of pressure on the guy taking the kick. Do you feel pressure? I mean, obviously this is just a one-on-one scenario, or do you feel like most of the pressure is on the guy taking it at that point?
I mean, there's pressure. I mean, it's a pressure-filled scenario, right? I like to think that there wasn't a lot of pressure on me. Obviously, I got to come up with a save, right? So that is the pressure, but I think they're just as likely to miss the goal completely. Right. So It's like, I mean, I want to make a save, and like we practice it. We practice hard on making penalty saves, and that's been something we've been working on all season, So making the save, I knew I was trained and ready for it, and I knew I could. It was just like getting out and getting the opportunity to make a save,
At the level you're playing at, one of the very highest levels, does the guy taking the penalty, are there any tells that sometimes you get a little hint before he kicks it where it's going?
I mean, sometimes. It's hard because they know it as well, and so they try to throw you off too, right? It's all psychological, that, penalty shootout. It's all up in the head. And there's a couple things, like if they put the ball down and they like put their foot next to it, like the way that their foot's pointing is like a way that they might shoot it. I think it was like the third penalty, I dove the wrong way because I went off of that. I mean, there's a bunch of little different tells that you can try to get in, but I mean, it's more just about anticipation and just, trusting your gut and going out there and trying to make a save. Yeah.
All right, I think I have this right. Adam, this game against Hofstra, the first time all year that Carolina's allowed more than one goal in regulation, correct?
That is correct.
Yeah. So what's been going on? Like, how are you guys able to do this every single game?
I know it's good. I think it's really good.
It is good.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, I put a lot of credit, most 99% of the credit into the guys in front of me, right? They, Till and Charlie and Parker and Matt and Riley and Andrew Check, they're all like so good at not even letting it get to me, right? Some games I don't even have to do anything. Against Memphis, I didn't even have to make a save, right? So I put a lot of the credit to those guys, and they're spectacular, and they get the job done every time, and they do it to a super high level, and that's a lot of the reason why we're in this space right now, and we're still pushing forward to the Elite Eight.
When you have a match where you don't make a save, do you feel a little bit guilty when you get to the locker room? Like, man, I put on the shirt and everything. I didn't really do a lot.
We made the joke after Memphis. It was like, yeah, I could have just, sat down back there and not done much, right? Like, I didn't make a save. But, I still being involved and communicating and, like, keeping them going, like, mentally is a part of my job, too. So, but, yeah, those guys they play at a different level.
I'm not saying this specifically happens with the Tar Heels, although I'm guessing it does. But I just see this a lot in the game of soccer. Like, if the other team gets a little bit of a run and they get a good look and maybe you make a save or maybe they're a little bit wild, like, the keeper, like, screams at the defense. Like, he's, like, furious at them. Like, what is that message that is being sent most of the time?
I think most of the time it's a couple things. One, just emotions, especially if you make a good save, like, you're hyped up. So you're like, all right, like, I did something cool. And then it's like, in order for it to get to you, generally there's something that's like may have gone wrong. So it's like the combination of both of those things, you're hyped, you're excited, but you're also like, we need to do better.
Right.
Yeah, so I think that's it.
That's exactly what he says. We need to do better.
You have to be better in the future. You got to do better than this.
I just did something awesome. Now it's your turn.
Yeah.
I think we asked Emmy Allen this when she was here. Do you think it's more likely that your teammates could play keeper or that you could play the field?
Teammates play keeper.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. I think so.
I think everybody's given it a run before, right? Like, everybody's given it. I'm talking about sometime in their soccer journey.
We make a joke because I like to get out there and pass the ball around with them, and like obviously, I can pass the ball, but they're so much better at it. Like it's apples and oranges. For like, if I tried to play in the field, first of all, just the physical fitness is unbelievable that these guys have. Like running 8-9 miles a game is outrageous. I could not do that, and I think they could make a save. I think they could, go out there and make a save. So I definitely think it would be harder for me to go play in the field for sure.
So then what separates you from them? Because not everyone can play keeper.
Yeah. I think if you ask any goalkeeper, it's like, I think it's a lot just of like mentality, right? Just like goalkeeper is so just like mental. Like I'd say 99% of keepers can like go do the same thing as each other. It's like who can stay like mentally dialed in and like mentally want to like put their body in front of a ball or like have the right starting positions and stuff like that. It's more just like stuff you do before the save rather than the actual save. That's like the thing that's difficult about it,
When did you start realizing this was what you were good at? Like when, I'm assuming you played soccer for a long time.
Yeah.
So when did you start realizing like, this is the position I can do?
It was always. I always wanted to be a goalkeeper.
Really?
Even when I was young, before like you're, little and you're playing on goals that aren't very big because, you can't run that far and stuff. Right. Like I wanted to play goalkeeper even when there wasn't a goalkeeper. Yeah. Like I wanted to like play goalkeeper when it was like
soccer shots out there. It's like one little thing.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And so, I played baseball when I was growing up. I was a catcher. Right. So I think it's like they're similar positions, and I was always like intrigued with like wanting to like stop the ball. Right. That was kind of like what I wanted to do. I don't know. Like boil it down. That's kind of what it was.
Guys, what if this game was 0-0? That would be so fun.
All the time. Every game 0-0.
Yeah, I know.
Do you think, does it come across as being a poser when guys like Jones and I try to throw out soccer lingo?
No.
Or is that okay? Would you prefer for us to try or to not even make the effort?
Try, for sure.
Okay, what are a couple things that we can say to be smart? Like, I watch a decent amount of soccer, but like give us a couple terms Where if you and I are like hanging out somewhere, you'd be like, yeah, just say these couple of words. You'll sound really cool.
Yeah.
Imagining you and Andrew hanging out, I think is the first leap we're going to have to
That's right. Look, we're at a tall guy party, Adam. You're not.
I'm definitely not there.
No, I mean, yeah, like go press.
Yeah, okay.
Press the ball. Yeah, I think I think you got that in the
Yeah,
locker.
like that. That's pretty easy.
Use it in a sentence.
We got to go press that
Yeah,
ball.
we're gonna press the ball.
Yeah, there it
on the
is.
ball.
On the ball. Yeah, moving the ball quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think those are pretty good.
Okay, I learned a new vocabulary word during PKs the other day. What's it called? Palinka?
Oh, Panenka.
Yeah.
Yeah, Panenka.
Tell us about what that is. And that was crazy. I'd
Yeah.
never seen that before.
Yeah, it's like it's a little chip shot. Like it's on the penalty. Quincy did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like kind of runs up to it quick and then just chips it down the middle. Yeah. Swazzy.
Did you see this?
No, and
It was
I
like
didn't
a-
know that. I mean,
it was
I've
a
seen
changeup.
I've seen that
Is what it
happen
was.
before.
It
I
was.
didn't know that was the term for it.
Yeah, it was a changeup. It is a changeup.
Are those hard? So, as
Yeah.
a keeper,
Yeah.
I'm assuming you don't like changeups.
No. No.
Well, plus then it goes right down the middle and you're like laying on the ground. You're like, well, I
Yeah.
feel stupid.
Yeah, that's a bad look.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. Going down the middle is like, I think statistically in a penalty shootout, if you go down the middle, that's the most likely place you're going to score. Because it's like 33, 33, 33.
Right.
And the keeper never stays in the middle,
So if you know that, why don't you just stand in the middle?
I mean, we talked about it. Like after the penalty shootout, like obviously we were all super happy and we were like, if that keeper just stood in the middle, he would have saved one, right? But you can't. Like it's in the moment for a goalkeeper, you can't stay in the middle because then he shoots it to the side and you're like, what am I doing? You're like, what?
Right.
Yeah. So it's risky.
In total, it just feels like this team has got a little mojo behind it right now. Like when did this mojo in your mind begin and what's working right now?
Yeah, there's a lot of mojo for sure. we're hyped up, we're riled, we're ready. Mojo, we've had mojo all season. I think just the Virginia Tech game, ACC, tournament.
Yeah.
That's when I think like everything just started clicking for us. And we got like everyone just kind of behind the idea of what we're trying to do, and everyone just the ball started rolling and people started playing better and making better plays, and like that. Back to what I was saying before, like everyone can make the plays, but just everyone we're like a well-oiled machine right now, and just and working together and working hard, and yeah, I think that's a big thing for us, is just going after it together and just being a unit.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
We had Bawa in here.
Yeah.
Recently.
Yeah, I saw that.
He gave us his dance.
Yeah.
Like his
I saw that.
I feel like, do you have a signature I just stopped a key shot maneuver? You
No.
don't really have time though. You
No.
still got to go do something.
You got to scream
No.
at your teammates.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't have a dance or anything.
Really?
It's just emotion. Like let's go. And that's about it.
Yeah. Understated.
Yeah.
You know that it's on the line for Jones to do the dance if the Tar Heels win the national
Yeah.
championship.
Oh yeah. If y'all win the
Is it?
title, I'm doing the dance in here.
Do it. That's
I'm
good.
gonna- yeah, it is, and Adam's gonna do it too.
That's good.
We will both do the Bawa dance if the Tar Heels win.
I mean, we're down to 8 teams.
Yeah, it's
18.
3 more wins.
3 more
Right?
wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 more wins and we're dancing. I like it. All right, so you're from Colorado.
Yep.
How'd you end up at Carolina?
Long story.
That's all right. We got time.
Yeah. So, grew up Denver, played with the Rapids. Love them. Great organization. Committed to University of Portland. A little closer to home from me. Transferred from Portland. I entered the transfer portal, and within like 2 days, Carolina reached out, and I was like, wow, I didn't even know like I could go there, It's so far away. And I was like, wow, Carolina's awesome, and love it here. Best decision I ever made coming here. It was awesome.
What'd you know about Carolina, if anything, before then?
Not much. Basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like Carolina soccer's always been elite. So I knew Carolina soccer was good. So when they reached out, I was like, that's a legitimate program. Like that is a very elite program. So it was always at top of my radar once they reached out. And I'd like to say, like, within a week of them reaching out, I was committed, and we were rolling. Yeah.
Carlos has got like the United League of Soccer over there. There's people from all over the world on the Carolina soccer roster.
Oh, yeah.
Who's somebody you've met who you feel like, I probably never would have met someone from this part of life if I hadn't come to Carolina to play soccer?
Bala. And he is awesome. I love Bala. He's a great guy. But yeah, he's some guy that if it wasn't Carolina soccer, I probably would have never met him or, someone from there, right? I mean, Bala's story is incredible, and he's a phenomenal player, and yeah, he's one of my best friends on the team. He's amazing.
As you learn more about his story, how did that make you think differently, if at all, about the opportunity you've had?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all lucky, just to be playing for Carolina, and I think every day is a gift when it comes to like being here, being able to step on the field and play for each other and play as a group and play as like brothers. And I think just it makes you appreciate a lot more what you're given and what he's gone through and what everyone's gone through on our team, and to play together is really amazing. Yeah. What
do you like to do outside of soccer? What do you do? Break down PKs of other teams. That's all you're doing the whole time?
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm a big golf guy. We were talking about it before. Love golf.
I did a little pre-work on that one. Don't worry.
Yeah. Big golfer. A couple of guys on the team, we go out and golf a bunch. We try to. Obviously, during the season, it's tough. But, yeah, golf a lot.
What's your favorite club?
Favorite club?
Yeah.
Got to be the driver.
Yeah, just gripping and ripping.
I mean, like,
because you're a taller dude. How tall are you?
6'1".
Okay, so you're a taller guy. So, I mean, not as tall as me, but pretty tall.
Yeah.
It's tough to golf when you're tall.
It is tough.
I think that's harder. See, that's another reason.
Maybe I'd be awesome at it.
That's another reason why you should pick it up.
You don't golf?
Nah.
You'd love it.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Like the golfers we've had in here have basically convinced me I would.
Yeah.
That's why I don't want to start.
Yeah. Okay, we got to throw this at you just like we did to Bawa, but the more people we ask, the more likelihood that it's going to happen. We need some men's soccer swag in here. Like, we were talking about all the swag in here.
Yeah.
You get see, like, we've got a field hockey stick. We've got some Tar Heel tennis stuff. We've got some baseballs. We need some men's soccer stuff in here.
Yeah, you guys do.
What can you get us? Can
Keepers
you get us
have cool stuff.
Oh, could you get us a keeper? Is it kit? Is that still work for keeper?
Yeah.
Okay, a kit.
Or gloves.
Yeah,
gloves. Gloves would be cool.
They probably smell bad, though, don't they?
Yeah, it depends on how much you wear them. Yeah. I'll tell you what, if we win the national championship, I'll give you the gloves I wore in the game.
Oh, let's go!
Yeah, that's
I don't know
do.
if we can even take this. Like, you need to keep this, but I'm happy to take it.
I mean, yeah.
We'll do the Bawa dance with our new
while
gloves.
wearing the gloves.
Yeah.
What a moment for us all.
Yeah.
Okay, before we let you go, what's important here? As we talked about, round of 8, so we're getting down to it. What in your mind is important, not just for this game, but if you guys achieve what you want to achieve, what in your mind will have happened for your team if that does occur?
I think it starts in training, obviously, like going out there. This part of the season, everyone's a little knocked up. Everyone's a little bruised and hurting, and I think we've talked about it as a unit, our team. We got to be able to go out there and still train hard and still be able to keep progressing and keep getting better every day. We talk about just gaining 1% or 2% every day at training, and that adds up throughout the season. And inevitably, I feel like that's why we've done so well this year, but I think we got to keep going physically and mentally and just push ourselves every day to just keep getting that extra edge and keep getting past other teams mentally and physically so we can keep winning and keep getting results.